What are we grilling today? Salmon, 2 different ways. Hey guys, thanks for coming back by for another episode of Quein with Uncle Woo. Today, we're doing healthy. Well, kind of healthy. We're cranking out some salmon, 2 different ways. One, we're doing pan-seared with a nice garlic butter cream sauce. And second, we're doing cedar planked with a Sriracha glaze. Okay, so it's not the most healthy thing on the menu, but it beats last week when we did a brisket and smoked sausage sandwich. Not saying that wasn't great. As a matter of fact, it was fabulous. If you missed it, it's right here. But today, we're cutting it back a little bit, going with something that's gonna work with the ladies, make everybody a little bit happier on our waistlines, right? Okay, so let's step back in the kitchen and I'll show you how we prepped up this salmon to get it ready to go on the grill. Okay guys, so today what we're dealing with are some cedar grilling planks that we picked up at our local grocery store. We're going to get them off into this 9x13 Pyrex dish that we've got half full of water. So what we want to do is get the planks out of the package and just slowly dunk them into the water one by one and get them both good and submerged so that we've got water on all 4 sides of the board and we know that it's going to stay underwater the entire time. So being that we know that wood floats, what in the world can I use to hold this wood down? If only I had a bottle of barbecue sauce. Oh wait, I do. So that'll bring us to our salmon fillet. Got a great looking fillet today. It's a whole fillet, skin on. We did pick this up from our local Sam's. It is what they refer to as PBR, and no, that's not a beer. That means pin bones removed. So we still want to run a hand over the meat in the fillet, specifically down the center line and down the edge lines where those pin bones would be. You'd be able to feel one if there was one left in there. Sometimes you get a piece of rigid fat or something like that will make you think you might have one there, but I don't feel any in this one, so I think we're good to go. At that point, I'm going to come over to the side, and where that piece of belly meat is, I'm going to trim that straight off the side. Just hard, firm down pressure so you get all the way through that skin. And we'll take that piece of belly off and save it for later, some salmon bacon. At that point, we're going to take this fillet and we're going to cut it into 4 specific sections. 2 of those will get the garlic butter cream sauce, and 2 of them will get the Sriracha glaze. Okay, so that's got all 4 of our fillets trimmed out. 2 of these are going to be pan-seared, and 2 of them are going to be cooked on cedar planks. So let's get the first 2 off onto the cutting board. These are the ones that are going to be pan-seared, so we're going to go ahead and remove the skins from them, and then we'll go about seasoning everything. Now, I'm going to admit that I'm not the best at removing skin from salmon, so I'm going to speed this up, make it go real fast, and hopefully nobody laughs while they watch me painfully attempt to remove salmon skin. There we go, and that just about does it. The last little cut there that actually looks halfway decent. Now that makes me look like I am an expert salmon skin remover. Not really. do the best you can, guys. Or if you're, you know, if you're not trying to do two different types of salmon for two different dishes, buy the salmon with the skin already removed. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. Okay, so to get these two fillets seasoned up, the first thing we're going to do is put down a good coating of olive oil on both sides and get that rubbed in, just to give our salt and pepper a little something to stick to, because that's pretty much all we're going to put on these is a little kosher salt and pepper. Once that olive oil coating is down and we're happy with it on both sides, we're going to hit it with just a little kosher salt. And as you can see, this is, you know, good kosher sea salt. No additives or iodines or anything like that that's going to taint our fish. So we're going to get a good sprinkling of that on both sides, and then we're going to come back behind it with a little fresh cracked pepper. Nothing better than fresh cracked pepper, especially when you're trying to season something as fresh as fish. Okay, that's got that. We'll flip that over, do the same thing to the other side, and we'll be good to go. And there we have it. Those are ready to hit the pan, get a nice sear, and some garlic butter cream sauce. Okay, so those are the ones we're going to pan sear. We're going to come down here and go ahead and prep these bottom two. They're the ones that we're going to cedar plank. So the first thing we're going to do is hit them with a layer of Sriracha sauce. Just light, not a whole lot, just enough to kind of give us a base layer of a little bit of spice there on the bottom. So, you know, take a spoon, just kind of back of a spoon, just kind of smooth that out all the way across both pieces of salmon. You want to just try to make sure you get good even coverage. You don't want, you know, a heavy spot here, a light spot there. You don't want somebody biting into a big punch of Sriracha sauce. You just kind of want it, you know, in the background across the entire piece of filet. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to hit the top of it with a little of our Duke's mayonnaise. Just about the same amount that we did with the Sriracha sauce, just one good squeeze on top of each fillet. And we're going to take that same spoon, no need to dirty a second spoon, just going to kind of take that same back of that spoon and do the same thing. We just want an even layer right across the top. Now what this is mainly going to do is act as, you know, just a fat, just kind of keep our salmon moist. It's also going to give our brown sugar glaze a little something to stick to. But it'll protect the meat while it's on the smoker, keep us from getting any kind of char on the top. Plus, it's going to impart a lot of moisture to the top of that fillet as it cooks. Of course, we've got the skin on the backside to protect it while it sits on that cedar plank. But this mayonnaise is going to do basically the same thing on the top. Keep it from getting overdone and keep it from drying out. So once we have the mayonnaise smoothed out like we want it, we're going to come in with a thin layer of just light brown sugar, and we just want to kind of evenly sprinkle that across the top. We're not looking for a half-inch pile of brown sugar on the top of this thing, just a light sprinkle on the top, even coverage all the way across. This is going to give us that sweetness. It's going to counteract the heat from that Sriracha and really give us a fantastic flavor sitting on the top of this piece of salmon. So that's got it. Between the pan-seared piece and the piece that's going on the cedar plank, we're ready to get outside and get these things on the heat. So while our charcoal gets lit and our chimney gets going, we're going to get back inside and work on this garlic butter cream sauce that we're going to use to put on our pan-seared salmon. So to get that started, we've got about a half of a red onion, diced up good. Gonna throw in a couple tablespoons of avocado oil just to help lubricate that pan a little bit. And then we're going to come in on top of that with about 3 cloves of garlic. We're going to mince those in right on top of the red onions and then just let all that sweat together until it starts to get translucent, and then we're going to come in with the rest of our ingredients. Now that those cloves of garlic and that half a red onion seem to have sweat down well, we are going to come in with about 3 tablespoons of our good Kelly Irish butter. So now that our butter has dissolved down and our onions and garlic has gotten nice and dissolved, we're coming in with some of our Gnarly Head Authentic White. It's a 2012. We're coming in with about 3/4 of a cup. Just kind of combine that in and allow that to reduce down by about half, and then we'll come back with our heavy cream. Okay, now that that's reduced down a little bit, we're going to throw in about a tablespoon of fresh dill, fresh chopped. We're going to mix that in a little bit, and then we're going to come back with our heavy cream. We're going in with about the same amount of heavy cream as we put in the white wine. Just going to add that directly to the pan, kind of give it a good stir, and that's it for ingredients. At this point, we just need to leave it over low heat for a little while, stirring it occasionally, and let it reduce down until it starts to thicken to the consistency that we want to pour over the top of our grilled salmon once it comes off. Okay, so now you see how we got from the grocery to what we've got on our plate. Let's get it plated up and get it on the grill. So, the first thing we're going to start with is getting our cedar planks out of the water. We're going to drop them on the grill, just toast up one side, start letting that cedar really get its aromatics out, so that when we drop that salmon on there, we're getting the full benefit of the cedar plank. At the same time, we've got our skillet ready. It's nice and hot. So we're gonna go ahead and put some oil in there and get our salmon ready to pan sear. Okay, so we're ready to drop our pan-seared salmon off into the skillet. We're gonna start with the side that we want to present first down on the grill, on the skillet. That clean side needs to hit the presentation side first so that we end up with a good looking piece when we put it on the plate. We want to kind of come over to the edge of the skillet so that as we're searing, we can actually look at the edge of the salmon and see the white as it moves up the side. We want to go about halfway before we turn it over and start to cook the second side. Our cedar planks are starting to get a nice little toast on them, so we're going to get them off. Okay, so we've been on for about 2 minutes, so now we're going to pick it up, get it turned over. Wow, look at that beautiful piece of salmon. As you can see, the white's moved in about 1/3 on that side. We're going to come up about 1/3, and we're going to leave just a little pink right in the middle for that nice medium rare. Okay, now that we've got our pan seared off, let's go ahead, get our cedar plank salmon on, and set it down, and we're going to go ahead and close the grill up and give it about 5.5 minutes before we check it. We're looking for about 145 internally for those to be completely done. Okay, so we've been on about 5 minutes. Let's open this thing up and check the temperature. Always want to have a little water bottle around when you're cooking with cedar planks, because as soon as you open that grill and let the air get to it, you're going to have exactly what we've got here, which is burning cedar boards. That one's at about 140, so we're going to go ahead and get it off. Because it's going to go ahead and come up a few degrees. We're going to give that one just a minute or two more. We'll be ready to try these things out. Okay, that's got both of our sets of salmon off the grill. Let's go ahead, dress these up. On our pan-seared salmon, we're going to go ahead, cover them up with our garlic cream sauce. And then we're going to garnish with just a little bit of dill. And for our Sriracha glazed cedar plank salmon, a little bit of fresh parsley out of Uncle Woo's herb garden. We don't charge extra for the flies. Okay guys, that's it for us today for salmon two ways. So I'm going to call in my celebrity assistant to help me taste these things. Come on in, Katie. Let's get a decision on which one's better. All right, swap with me.
Yeah. The butter and the wine.
No, the Sriracha and the mayonnaise.
No. The butter. The wine.
Sorry guys, I thought I was going to be able to get to a distinct answer for you, but it looks like we're a house divided. I'm a winner with the Sriracha glaze. Katie likes the garlic butter cream sauce. Either way, give both of these a try. You won't regret it. If you like what we're doing, hit that subscribe button, give us a like, bang that notification bell so it'll let you know every time we kick out a video. And come back and watch us next week. Who knows what we're going to throw out there? Maybe you do. Give us an idea down in the comments. We'll see you out there cooking again real soon. Stay safe and God bless. I'm going back in after this.
No. You're going to fight me for this one.